Hey, my best speakers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. So, today, again, I'm going to dive in and get straight to the point. Your visibility is what's costing you 6K every 6 months. So, why does consistency matter? So, I've got a phrase that's called feeding the machine. You need to feed the machine. And from time to time, I run paid speaker visibility challenges. And in fact, now is one of those times. At the moment, we are in January 2026, and we have done over 5 days. In fact, we've done 5 days of the paid speaker challenge. And what that is back-to-back posting on your paid speaker topic. So I have provided the group that are in this current cohort with 7 days worth of paid speaker prompts. They can choose to use them. They can choose to be inspired by them. They can choose to just actually talk about their own awesome expertise, experience, and all that good stuff. So the group here is actually to help you build a muscle, but also to show you what consistency can do for you. And in just 5 days, we've had some phenomenal results in the group. So I'm just going to highlight a couple of the wins that we've seen in only just 5 days of, diverse speakers actually speaking their truth, showing their expertise, and not being afraid to be honest, to share where they're at. And that has really prompted some really great conversations and opportunities for the diverse speakers in this current cohort. So I'm just going to share Sharon. She is an amazing anti-racist teacher, leader, award-winning book author, and speaker, of course. She, through this 5-day challenge, has actually created an opportunity where someone has literally commented on her post. They would like to receive her speaker fees and what is her speaker rates. And that's been only 5 days of posting. Excuse me. We've also had other examples from Kerry, where he has been posting. He is a inclusion leadership coach. He's a coach for leaders and middle managers who are seeking to really lean into their leadership and learn what it's like to be a diverse leader, speaking their truth, being able to navigate and hold space, and being able to share your voice with authority and with courage and confidence. And he has received an opportunity to collaborate on a podcast. So these are just 2 examples of, diverse speakers who have been in this challenge for 5 days. We've got another 2 days left. And these are the results that we are seeing already. Sharon has created an opportunity for her to be booked to speak, which is amazing. Kerry has created an opportunity for him to collaborate, to be on a podcast, to get his brand more visible, to again be in front of new audiences, and again potentially get new customers and clients. So as you can see, consistency in visibility really does pay. And I want to talk about what prevents us from being consistent and visible, because I know that it's not an easy thing for all of us. I know that there are some real serious constraints that sometimes stop us from posting. It can be around, our mindset as to how we feel about it, and also it can be bad experiences. Sometimes we are in particular areas of expertise or niches where it can be quite brutal with the comments and the trolling. So I understand if a bad experience has, knocked your confidence and, really played havoc with your consistency. So, and another final thing around what prevents us from being visible is, we are expectant of fast results or microwave results. I had an amazing lady preacher at my wedding, and she said that we should not buy into this microwave, fast-paced life. Donna Smith, shout out. And it's true to form. With our LinkedIn visibility and habits and muscles and our mindset around that. We can't expect microwave results. Yes, I just told you in 5 days, Sharon and Kerry have, got some amazing results, but that is not the norm. That is untypical. But the point I'm making here is that we have to be in it for the long haul in order for us to plant seeds, for us to harvest, or for our flowers to bloom, whatever growing or gardening analogy that you'd like to take from me today. And because that is the truth. It is about planting for a growth, planting for harvest, and for bloom. Because actually, it takes us time and effort to understand and clarify our ideas, our message, our ideal clients and customers, who we want to serve, and that takes time and refinement. And we have to apply a testing and curious mindset. It doesn't happen overnight. Even me, who's been on the platform for many years, it's taking me time and effort to clarify my message, to really hone in, and feel confident about posting every day, not feeling anxious, stressed, or have anxiety, because in the past that used to be me. I could definitely relate to feeling not good about posting, and having a mindset where I wanted desperately to get fast results, when actually that isn't the name of the game with LinkedIn or any other social platform. It's never about overnight results. It's actually about consistency and doing the work. So we have to reset our mindset about that whole notion, because I think we can be blinded by seeing, the highlight reels of what people are sharing. Because obviously, depending on who you're following, not everyone shows the full picture or the full story. And that's within their gift and their right. I'm not knocking it, no shade, no blame. But the point is, though, when we are continually seeing just highlights reels, it does skew our perception of what's really happening and what it really takes to actually build your authority, to grow your audience, to be clear on your message, and to really understand who you're seeking to talk to and how to talk to them in a way that's authentic and in line with who you are. And recently, about a week ago, I was on a really amazing workshop by Tamu Thomas. If you don't know her, follow her on LinkedIn, on Instagram. You'll really learn a lot from her. She's an absolutely amazing, incredible thought leader. And what she taught me recently was how to share your big idea. As the best speakers, we are out there with expertise, with a framework, with insights and transformative approaches. But what we need to do is to clarify and solidify them in a big idea, which is something that we are seeking to show people that this is the way in our particular niche, or this is the way in our particular field, or this is the way that I, Akua, I, John, I, Carrie, I, Sharon, whoever, lead you, how I provide the solution, and how that is unique, how that's unique, and aligned with me. And so what I have done, and I'm starting to do, because Tamu has lit a fire under my understanding of how to be a thought leader and how to share your ideas, is in this past week I have done two standout posts, which are about sharing my worldview, or my POV, point of view, as I say, around my movement and my ideas. So my movement is to have 1 million diverse speakers get paid to speak by 2030. That is the overall headline. Thanks to Tamu, I have now labeled myself the permission-based leadership speaker. And what does that mean? So that means that I am talking about how I can get diverse speakers, leaders, entrepreneurs to stop waiting for permission and actually to advocate for themselves and to ask for what they want, what they need, and ultimately to be paid as speakers. And so this week, I have launched my permission-based leadership manifesto. Please do go over on LinkedIn and check that out. It's also pinned to my featured section. And then, even before that, I launched a statement of, again, a statement POV this week, which was about my views around the classic statement, which hampers a lot of diverse speakers, which is, there's no budget, or there isn't any budget. And what does that really mean? I have questioned the value of that statement, and what that means, and why that has been systematically been allowed to pervade, even though ultimately, in my POV, it's actually a falsehood. It's a falsity, because actually every event organizer and organization has a line-by-line budget when they're planning an event, and they include everything from the venue, the caterers, the marketing, and to me, the speaker should be aligned in that spreadsheet. But obviously, they have omitted that for a reason, and I again posited that was because it's about privilege and creating a system where the event organizers and companies win and speakers don't. And that is something that's been allowed to pervade because diverse speakers and speakers in general have not been pushing back. And my movement is about, as I said, helping 1 million diverse speakers get paid to speak. And that leads to my permission-based manifesto, which means they have to advocate for themselves. They have to ask and not wait for permission. So, as I was just saying, consistency is the key. But being consistent in a way that's aligned with your bandwidth and what you can do. It's not about being on there every day. It's about thinking, what can I actually do? What's the scale of my ambition? And then creating a consistency and cadence that works for you, and making sure that you're making it easy to win. So one of the amazing things that we've had in the group, just before I conclude this session, is people learning that you can actually schedule your posts on LinkedIn. Use that feature if it helps you to be more consistent, because I use it too. Use it to create space for yourself so that you can batch, create content, and then to schedule it so that you're able to go about your life and be able to actually know that that's done. So make it easy for you to win. Make it easy for yourself to be consistent. Perhaps you might even want to choose a day to create content, and have like an hour or half an hour where you just brainstorm some ideas, use the tools that work for you, whether that is using AI to record your voice, whether that is using AI to spar with you on your ideas, whether that is simply writing down, journaling your ideas, whether it's recording your ideas. But there's so many different ways for you to actually create content like effectively. It's not about reinventing the wheel like every time. We need to make sure that we are working smart and not hard. So I urge you, if like being consistently visible is a challenge for you, to think about how can you actually work hard and not smart. So if this has been amazing and insightful for you, please do drop a comment, drop over to LinkedIn and say hello. And make sure if you have issues around this challenge to DM me audit on LinkedIn, and I'd be happy to help. Okay, until tomorrow, take care and be well.